Hi all, this is Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York. Back again. I know we met about a couple of hours ago. We had a quick vlog on Qualcomm, on Snapchat, and what was the third one? I think it was Fitbit. Now we're going to do our long-awaited special biotech report. I have 14. Yes, 14 names. And I don't know if that's enough. So we're going to go through this quickly. As always, your own due diligence. My opinions are strictly my own and do not constitute investment advice. Please subscribe to this vlog. Let's go to the video charts. And many of these are your favorite as well as my favorites. Mixture of the two. Did take requests. And there are so many more that I wanted to include, but I didn't have the time or the space. I mean, if I overloaded my browser anymore, it would have exploded. So let's go through this. Let's do it differently from right to left. So we'll begin with xxii, 22nd Century Group, which is sort of a biotech. It's more of a boutique tobacco play, but they have a very low nicotine cigarette that they've applied for minimum risk tobacco product, MRTP, with the FDA. So it's anything to do with the FDA. You want to consider it a little bit of a biotech. I mean, it's a smoking cessation aid. That's how they're billing it. So let's take a look at the chart. And it had a very, very nice comeback day Friday after selling off all week. So this was, let's see, this was Tuesday's candle, a big red candle down, an ominous sign. Then we went back into even lower territory with a low of 234. That's actually a penny lower than what Dr. J swung in on my swing trade. I don't know if it's a swing trade on my investment. And Friday, it came all back to actually make a high for the week, make a high for 2 weeks before closing just below the high of the day. So it closed at 254. The high of the day was 259. So that was a nice comeback candle to end the week. I'm very much looking forward to a continuation on Monday. Really, there's nothing much to take out in the way of recent highs other than 288. I see it getting up there. I think we're going to hit this 288 resistance. First, we're going to hit the resistance, whatever resistance there is from this downward channel. Don't expect much, but I have it drawn in, so it must make some kind of sense. I don't see it offhand. In other words, it's an old drawing. I don't know why I drew it. Let me get rid of it. Okay, when in doubt, get rid of it. All right, so it looks much better now. We're on our way to 288. Let's hope we hear from the FDA in a positive way. Let's hear from the FDA in a positive way. And this stock will take off. It will, if we hear something really positive, approval as an MTM, minimum, what do they call it? Yeah, I forgot already. Minimum risk tobacco product, MRTP. Get approval for that, it'll go above the 288, probably challenge the 311 mark, I hope. Mankind. It's bad to hear Dr. J say he hopes. You want to hear Dr. J say it will. But I mean, I don't have tremendous conviction, but I have conviction. So I can add a little I hope. I hope means I need a little help other than from the chart. I need that little help from the FDA. Mankind Corporation on the comeback. This is the stock that collapsed when Sanofi said bye-bye to mankind. And that was several years ago. It went through a tremendous downturn as it took over the complete responsibility for its FDA-approved inhaled insulin called Afrezza. And now we're on the comeback trail. So let's draw in a trend line here just to illustrate. Okay, comeback trail. It looks like we have about three or four touches. So it's officially in a trend line. It's a very nice trend line from what 1227 through now. And 1227, it was as low as 94 pennies. Holy mackerel. That's a 60% move for mankind. Go mankind, Afrezza. Good for all of you shareholders that bought in at around $1. Nice call. I mean, the sales have not gone through the roof, even though there has been a television campaign. But I guess they're on the right track. They have now direct sales through Eagle Pharmacy, I believe, and that may help. I think the direct sales, they can offer it cheaper than the drugstores and maybe even cheaper than the plans. It's a mealtime insulin. It's a little different than, than I'm not sure what the differences are, but it's a mealtime insulin and it's fairly discreet. It's not a big thing to inhale it. So it could be used even in a restaurant. And it really normalizes the A1C from what I understand. So it could be that it's slow to catch on, but once it does catch on, it has enormous potential in a niche market. So this could easily, with a little bit of, not luck, I don't want to say luck, with, can I think of another word? With proper management, I think this could be a $10 stock once again. Of course, it's split, I don't know how many times, 4-to-1 or something, 1-to-4. So a $10 stock would be really a $2.50 stock, something like that. Anyway, I think it has potential to move up 8 times to $12. Potential, doesn't mean it will. In the meanwhile, where do I see it going? Let's take a quick look at the horizontal here. It exceeded this horizontal. No, it didn't. So I don't know. I thought I was on the horizontal. I don't want a trend line. It did exceed this. It's roughly horizontal. So I think we're looking at the level of this candle here, maybe, or these candles here, probably something like that. In the short term, if it continues on up, I see it testing resistance at about, let's say, the low of the day on the 1st of December, $1.61. That's only 5 pennies more than where it closed. Probably higher than that, maybe at the high of the day over here, right about 183, 185 probably. I didn't draw it perfect. 184. Okay, so let's put a target on Mankind of $1.84, and probably if you do a swing trade, probably you want out if it comes down to the $1.15 level. $30.15 is 40 pennies. $1.84 is not even 30 pennies. I hate to lay odds, but that's what it looks like to me. You might want to wait on this one, maybe for a touch of the lower trend line. Maybe it comes back down to the $1.40 level, or further out, $1.41 level. And just you're hoping for a break out of this triangle to the upside. And then it could really take off, at least $1.84, maybe even this high of whatever it is, about 218, something like that, 219. So Mankind has potential long term. It has potential as a swing trade. Timing is everything. Good luck to you if you want to play it. Sesn, we went over this bladder cancer drug and its benefits. We went over that a number of times. Let's take a look how it did on the week. I'm going to X out xxii and Mankind just so that maybe my speed will be a little better on my browser. Sesn actually broke to the downside as it's coming out of this triangle. We've been in a very long downtrend. I was hoping to get a clean break to the upside. So the early indication is not as good as I would have liked. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I would hope that it holds the low of the day from Friday. It's a tough spot here. You got to watch this one. If it looks like it's breaking out to the downside, maybe cut your losses on that one, maybe. Would I go into it as a swing trade? Probably not. I was high on this one because I thought it was going to break to the upside. Haven't witnessed that yet. So I don't know. Let me just draw one more line. I want to draw a horizontal line in here. I like drawing lines. Right about here. Got to move that up a little bit. Okay, so this looks like 68 cents would be where I would look to possibly get in if I wanted to trade it to the upside. Right now, I wouldn't touch it because I don't know. It might be heading to 68 cents. Hope not for those that are long. I think the next day or two, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, first 3 days of the week, is going to tell the story. Can it hug the downside of the upper trend of the ascending trend line, or will it pull further away from it? So that's going to tell the story the next 3 days. Sesn. I like the story, but I don't like the picture. Prta has been doing everything I wanted to do, inching up slowly. I bought it at, I don't remember, around 10 bucks, I think. I've been in this one before for a run from the teens to, I don't know where I sold it, it's 60s, 50s. It was a nice run. And I hope to get another run similar to that or better. Look at the beautiful strength that it's shown since its low on 12/24 of $8.63 all the way up to 13.41. we've seen a lot of these little biotechs put in these sensational runs. The question is, will it continue to run? I think it will, personally. I think this is a good one. They're in trials across the country, I think together with Roche, on a Parkinson's drug that can actually prevent progression. There are no such drugs currently on the market. So this looks really nice, really, really nice. If you don't own it, what would be a good place to get in? Probably the low of the day on Thursday, 1282. You should get that kind of pullback easy as it pulls back to the trend line. Well, maybe not easy. You might, if it happens Monday, it might just pull back to 1305. Somewhere around there, you should be able to get in if you like the action on prta. Just because it did it once doesn't mean it's going to do it again. Maybe the trials that it's in will fizzle. I know one of the clinical sites is Columbia Presbyterian right here in New York City. Okay, part of New York Presby. All right, so that's prta. I have it as a buy on the dip and put it away. That's how I look at prta. Voyager is another one I bought below 10. I brought this to your attention a number of times. It's another Parkinson's drug. I think it's based on some gene or another. And it had a tremendous gap up on some kind of news. I'm not sure what the news was, but it had a huge gap up. And you know, I besides the fact that I own it, and besides the fact that I have a personal interest in seeing it succeed, I think it will be a very good stock. It's been in the 20s. I think it could be heading back to that level. So Voyager, there's not much more to say because I'm not sure what the news was. trxc, trxc. We went over this one, I think, on Friday. And let's see how it fared. Fared pretty well on the week, didn't it? Moved up on the week from a low of 267, wow, to a high of 3.25. It closed at the high. It's a clear hammer. Its candlestick looks good from Friday. We should get a continuation to the upside. I think we're going to test the 362 area on trans and trx. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm trying to do these quickly because I don't want to spend till midnight doing this. Arrowhead Pharmaceuticals and RNAi, therapeutic, anti-inflammatory. Let's take a look at the chart. I own some. I don't remember what value I bought it. I know I'm making some money on paper. It hit a high last week, 1854, bounced off support three times at 1750. Judging by that, I wouldn't be shocked if it goes back down to that 1765, 75 level. If you're interested in picking up some, I think it has a fair chance, more than fair chance, of testing $20 and maybe testing 2250 or going past 2250, just make a new all-time high, yearly high anyway. I believe in this company. It's It's only the only other company I know using that technology is ALNY, and they have a product approved. And I think they're an $80 stock. This could be an $80 stock. It has that kind of potential. That's what I love about the biotechs. They have potential. What is that in physics? Potential energy and kinetic energy. They have a lot of potential energy. Let's look at xxii Therapeutics, a spinoff from Biotime, or should I say another spinoff from Biotime. This company is fascinating. It's a Ponce de Leon company. The Fountain of Youth. They're looking to increase longevity through regenerative medicine. I guess that includes the use of telomerase to propagate the telomeres in a cell. I guess that might include hormones. I guess it might include cell therapy. I guess they're cutting edge, but I think we're going to have to wait a long time. We should live so long that we should be able to live longer. Ajax, I hope, is successful. Is it a good buy? I don't know. It's moving like a rocket ship lately, from 250 up to 471. But I think its resistance is strong at a little over $5. Will it go through that resistance? I mean, anything is possible. I don't think so, though. I think it's going to hit that $5 area, retest the descending trend line. After that, I don't know. So would I be a very long-term holder? Probably not, because it's going to take years for a product, I believe. Although I don't know the whole story. I think they're early stage clinical company. So to get approved on a longevity drug, lots of rock. So I would say NO for long-term trade. You got to figure that one out yourself. It's an exciting company. I wish it luck. I wish all the holders of it the best of luck. I'd love to see it at 400, not 4. That means maybe we're going to live a little longer. Okay, Geron. Oh man, I mean, this one is painful. It's still painful for me to look at, but I'm going to look at it anyway. As what did it do for the week? Not too much. It started the week right here, just about where it ended the week. In between, we had an attempt to crack that 168, 170 mark and failed, pulled back to the middle of the channel. I think we're going to linger here for a while longer, maybe a couple of years longer. So I don't expect much movement out of Geron. Maybe 12 months from now, as the time horizon narrows, maybe we see it creep up to the 260 area, 236 area. I don't see it moving much. It's probably a good play between these lines. So I see it more as a swing trade stock than a long-term hold. Of course, I have 25% of my original investment, and I haven't been playing with it. I'm just holding it. So I'm saying one thing and doing another thing. So that's a little bit hypocritical, I guess, on my part, but I'm trying to give the best advice I can. It's do as I say, not do as I do. Is that the story? I think so. Do as I say, not do as I do. Yeah, that's the story. Okay. So I did this very quickly. I mean, I couldn't really go into too much detail on each of the separate biotech stories associated with each of the stocks. But you've heard them, if you've been following me, you've heard them at other times. Dr. J is very bullish biotech. I think one way to play it is just buy the IBB, but it's more exciting to pick and choose individual issues that you kind of like. I keep adding atnm, I keep adding to athx. They're two of my biggest holdings. I have quite a few biotech holdings. Not all of the ones that I discussed tonight I currently own, but I have owned almost all of them and own a lot of them. This has been Dr. J streaming live from Long Island, New York, wishing you the best of trading. Make smart trades. Be smarter than me. Let me know your successes. Share them with me. I enjoy other people's successes. I'm not the kind of person who gets jealous and says, oh, how did he do it when I have all this much more experience and so on. None of that. Share your good stuff with me. I will share it with others. Say how smart you are. This has been Dr. J wishing you the best, saying shalom, sayonara, saying hasta mañana, probably hasta lunes, saying arrivederci, saying ciao, be well. Don't forget to share the link. More important, hit the G, subscribe.